listen, wonder shall never end. Yes, so this man would they call to me big Kachikwu, the way this man take a grand interview, no, yeah, no, I don't understand. He don't follow all the old shall finish. You understand? What did be this man problem now is that this man get interest for this 2027 presidential election. You understand? More you forget see they bash all those article Amishi and Erufai. You understand? He get your personal interest. Uh-huh. Now be the man, now be the issue now. You understand? So I don't mind talk too much. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna hear what he talk. Cause this all this issue with the go on now. I'm gonna watch. I agree to no wonderful sugar way.
That's just as that this report say you were found guilty of the 7 allegations leveled against you and suspended from the party. So as it stands today, you're not even a member of the ADC.
That's absolute bunkum. I am a member of the ADC. Nobody can suspend or expel me from the ADC. And so that the viewers are clear, I want to give a background to the lies they keep on peddling. A few weeks after I emerged as the presidential flag bearer of the ADC, the state chairman of the party informed me that the tenure of Ralph Nwosu had lapsed. And we had a major problem on our hands. Since his tenure had lapsed, he will not be able to do anything legally for the party. So that we then ought to have a convention to bring in a new chairman, since Nwosu, based on the constitution of the party, could no longer run. I had a conversation with Nwosu, who pleaded with me and said, please speak to them so that they can allow me at least carry you all the way to the elections. And I said, from what they are saying, it's not possible. The next thing I heard was that Nwosu had formed the kangaroo committee to say that I was no longer the presidential flag bearer of the party. Of course, I still went ahead and ran, but his tenure lapsed. This chairman then went ahead to go to court against Nwosu. Justice Nyako of the Federal High Court in Abuja ruled that indeed his tenure lapsed and anything he does on behalf of the party is an illegality. They still went to a high court in Port Harcourt, where a judge still ruled in the same vein. He then went on appeal in Abuja here, and the appeal court held that it's a party affair. We then proceeded to the Supreme Court. We were in the Supreme Court when, sometime in November last year, I was approached to my lawyer, Michael Zekomet, to say there are some people who are thinking about using the ADC, but he said to them he cannot have any such conversation with me and they should approach me directly. Some other lady approached me and said, the senator had told her to speak to me that you have some cases in court and they would like, a coalition would like to use the ADC. And I said, whenever they're ready, because of you, I will have a conversation to know what this is about. And then, a very good friend of mine, Mr. Tunde Ayeni, reached me and pleaded with me to have a meeting concerning the ADC that former President Kachikwu and some other people want to work with. It's a coalition that they want to get President Ahmed Tinubu out of office, that they would like to have a meeting with me. He called me several times before I acceded to this. And we then had a meeting. I didn't know where the meeting was going to be or who I was meeting with, just because he's a very good friend of mine. I went for the meeting. I got there and realized it was the residence of the former SGF, Bachalawal, with the former minister there of education, Nwajuba, and some other people in the meeting. And Babachala mentioned all the sins of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, why he had to go and this and that, and after he expressed all the sentiments, I had just one question. Will you accept that any coalition will have a southerner as its flag bearer? And his response was absolutely not. That's where the conversation of coalition ended with me.
Now, are you a member of the NEC, NWC? What's your position if you are still in the ADC, as you say?
I am a member of the ADC. So here is another obtuse argument being peddled by their PR officer. As a Nigerian, I have a locus to litigate against any issue that affects me as a Nigerian. Same way, as a member of ADC, I don't have to be a NEC member, an NWC member, a party official, local government level or what level, to litigate or to speak against issues that affect me as a member of the party. So when people try to come into my party through the back door or through a window, I have every right to speak up, I have every right to litigate against it, I have every right to say this is not acceptable. And all I have said concerning this so-called coalition is that you want to work with the ADC, you're members of the ADC. I went in through the front door. Come in through the front door and understand that first and foremost, the ADC is a party. Because when I got in there and I saw that the ADC is known for transactional politics, they keep on selling the party. I said, this, with me being there, this will stop. We start building a new party. So, as a party in opposition, we believe in one thing and one thing only. We don't only oppose, we propose. We don't speak to problems, we also speak to solutions. That we don't want a bunch of geriatrics who are coming here for grudge matches. What is your solution on all the issues you've tabled or leveled against Asiwaju?
Talking about grudge matches, like you just mentioned, will it be wrong to say that there's probably a grudge between you and and Nwosu? Why I asked that? Why the sudden? Because it was just sudden sudden campaign against the coalition. Was it because of the grudge, or why did it suddenly, erupt?
You asked a brilliant question. Let me enlighten Nigerians today. This meeting I said happened sometime January, February, right? And they then decided that they were going to walk outside of me to get into the party. And I said, okay, I will watch you get into the party, but you have a very slippery slope to walk if you choose to get into the party through the back door, especially if you choose to transact with Nwosu. At that point, I knew that they were aware of the litigations. And so what did they do? They started approaching the different state chairmen. They were in my house and they said, these guys are approaching us to say, come, collect 500,000 naira and sign so you can withdraw the case. I told them, you need the money, go and collect the money. They went, they called me from there, they collected the money and said, go and collect the money. The mistake they kept on making is this. No state chairman in withdrawing any case does not stop the fact that Nwosu's tenure had lapsed and there's a lacuna within the ADC. It's a legal base, a legal foundation that you cannot leapfrog, you cannot do anything about it. His tenure had elapsed 2 or 3 years ago. So before you do anything with the party, there has to be a special way of us dealing with the issue of the lacuna within the party. So you can bribe all the chairmen in the party. It doesn't do anything. It doesn't solve that problem. Nwosu does not have any legal right to do anything with the party.
By the way, talking about bribe, I hope I'm right. You're being quoted as saying that some persons forged the signatures of chairman. That's weighty. And you can't be sued for that. Do you have any evidence? Did you say that?
I said.
Do you have any evidence to support that?
Absolutely. So let me. I mentioned some court cases. There were 2 court cases. One in the Supreme Court, and there was the case in the Court of Appeal in Rivers State. So when they decided to sidestep me, they said we will